Up here we have Renekton. You're going to kind of get melted by this. And the Ziggs is like, well, fine, we just won't run into you. We'll just throw bombs at you endlessly. Cassiopeia, the way she functions as a champion...
It really adds some turmoil here to the LCK for 2025 as we've got a lot of action happening here. Showmaker gets Faker down, and I assume secured. Oh no! Dora not going to be able to get it. And Shiu is going to be winning that lane for now as the pillar comes down in this mid lane. Ona turns up. Flash out from Faker as Ona wants to be able to do battle with Lucid here, but there are a lot of minions and there's an angry snake. So Faker this time. Flash advantage for the Cassiopeia as Ona is going to move over Vision. Dustbringer comes down, spell shields the Noxious Blast, and the flash has to be employed as Carrier was making his way over. Beryl finding out exactly where Ona is. Oh, no. I think his position is also known. Another Dustbringer comes down as now Beryl does get spotted on that ward, does need to use that dredge line to get himself out of there, and the Dragon will be given up and will reset as the flash away as Doran was making his way over. Beryl now in trouble. Does manage to buffer the hook pretty nicely as Ona flashes towards him, aiming, trying to get this Nocturne out of there as a public execution. Max range from Doran! And they're able to take down Beryl for first blood. Third is going to go over to DK here as well. So a little bit of extra side laning power as Mega Inferno steals it away. Never you mind. And yep, Gumayusi is pretty good at doing that.
T1, so nice little sneak away from Guma just to grab that. Does mean he's down that ultimate, and teams are posturing towards this dragon.
Yeah, Ona is looking to try and put some pressure on this crab as Lucy's going to get slammed into the wall. There's a paranoia as well, and Subjugate not going to be enough to save him. I'm not entirely sure what the plan was there as the Realm Warp comes out. Faker is going to make his way over, slows down Shiu here, but he is going to be okay.
The dragon, it's a big influx of gold, and the objective as well for T1.
And we have to go back to what we were talking about earlier on, right? T1, this draft, very flexible, has a lot of options as Hook is going to catch Doran once again, and even the Valkyrie damage is going to be enough. That was an overstep, and that is one on the board here.
He's so mobile in the best, I think he could maybe get away.
And bonk. Very nicely done. For some extra plates, does manage to get another one here as the Corki is very strong. Meanwhile, here towards the bottom side, this Renekton in a bit of trouble, doing a decent job to try and keep himself alive, but it doesn't quite work as Faker just barely survives. With like, what, double-digit health, single-digit health? He was very close to dead.
And you saw the potions ticking. That made the difference, but now Doran in trouble.
In trouble yet again as a depth charge going to come down this time around. Will be absorbed there by the ulti, and I don't think he's going to be getting out. That's another kill going over to aiming, and both of them go into his hands. As Mega Inferno Bomb not going to be enough to save that turret, and it looks like DK will be able to get first brick in this game. It is already
these
objectives.
Yeah, and it does mean a massive gold lead for aiming because he was just picking up plates in the top side while T1 were making plays on the rest of the map. It was just aiming, just
now complete though. Big item spikes to come in, but let's have a look at this from Faker's perspective. As he's tanking up this turret. Whoa!
Went to 9 HP.
Plates all over the place.
Yeah. And, you know, feels bad for the Ziggs when he's not the one getting the plates. Oh, Faker.
Yeah, Beryl making his way in. Faker going to flash. And that was a good one because there are a lot of DK members down here. Carrier could be in trouble, though. Steadfast Presence comes down. She catches him with the stun. And there is nowhere for this Poppy to go. More plates going over to DK.
It's not like plates, but T1 will be able to pick up this top tower with the power of the Ziggs.
Well, we're getting a bit paranoid here towards the bottom side of the map as Ona does go in, then immediately goes out.
Yeah, ends up regretting that decision when he sees the Renekton there, and the redemption comes through this way.
The team. So Rift Herald is getting taken down very low. Beryl in position as he just gets evicted. All right, well, goodbye. Lucid comes over and steals it away, though. Never mind, there was a troll just waiting in there. It's like it's under a bridge. As we have a redemption coming down, Lucid gets all of his health bar back as the teleport comes in from Doran, and immediately he is blown up. And there is nothing that they can do about it. Highway
Cassiopeia playing into the Trundle as well. Now Dplus going to be able to get a ton of value off the back of this Herald.
Yep. And takes down the outer turret in the mid lane. They're also taking the Dragon at the same time as T1 not quite finding it as Petrifying Gaze connects on to the Poppy, but Carrier is going to survive. We get a bit of a zoom in here from Jonah Strong, but Not any joy going to come of that, but Lucid is going to be taking this Drake, and so that will be feats of strength over to DK in what feels like the blink of an eye right now. It's also a Cloud Soul, which is fantastic.
Yep, Blast going over the wall, and they just don't have vision of him. Just slides in, ends up being a missmite from Ona there.
Just a little bit of a misread there, unfortunately, for Doran.
Well, they're setting up a trap here. I think they may have found Shiwu.
Yeah, the Crocodile has certainly been sought out as the Heroic Charge does come in. Public Execution comes down as well. The Redemption this time from Beryl is going to work, but the Paranoia comes in. The Flash out, he manages to get the Sun as Ona. Overcommits for it, and now we get some knockups to come through Beryl, but the Realm Warp. And that gets them to safety, and Aiming is taking an inner turret in the mid lane.
This is what Ziggs is supposed to do, you know, just a tower killer, but Aiming has just been playing tower destruction duty this whole game, getting plates for days, getting towers for days, and now Doran in trouble.
Oh, another hook gonna connect. Beryl's, like, anchor is magnetized to Doran today.
Doran is not having a good time. 0, 4, and 2 on this Ambessa. He's just being bullied out. And another turret going over to the side of Dplus. That's the fourth because Shiwu flashed out of the ult.
Shiwu once again in trouble here. Doesn't have the Dominus and is going to have to try and get himself over this wall. Yeah, not going to happen. And Mega Inferno Bomb was going to be there to confirm the kill. Unfortunately, I do like Blackfire Torch, so I'm already okay with it for that reason. As now Faker is looking to get himself out with the Realm Warp, and he does! Chomp not going to be enough.
Yeah, flashes away from the... I think Aiming needs to have that in mind and think,
yes,
don't do
he
that.
Needs to be reminded of that.
Don't do that.
But no one else needs to be reminded of that. Second Dragon comes through here for DK. As Otacon has been started. Some vision is still here, though, for T1. They're teleporting in. And the Zig's already here. Doran going back first before he decides to teleport over. As DK just back away. They get the teleport. And they... Wait. DK just making a measured decision. Redemption comes down. Showmaker comes in. He's a lot of DPS represented here for DK, but he's not hitting the Otacon right now. They're looking for a turn. Miasma comes in. Another hook comes down as Doran has to flash away. He's been subjugated as well. And they look for the Crocodile. He slices, dices, and gets himself out of there. As Shiu's still looking a little worse for wear, but not quite as bad as Beryl, who is basically out of this fight completely. T1 take control of the Otacon. Lucid trying to get over there as Beryl finds another hook onto Doran. The Petrifying Gaze as well onto Faker. They've taken 2 kills, but it is the Otacon secured by T1. Now can they get out of there? That's the big question. As DK, it's a bit of a sacrifice to give it away if they're not able to get a little bit more. As the pillar will come through pretty soon here from Lucid, and Ona is not getting out of this one. Aiming even able to come over and pick up the kill with the Gatling gun, and DK, that is a big lead now as far as money. Now this replay in the meantime, battle on 2 fronts. DK decided that they're not going to be taking the Otacon, as this Baron will just go to DK. There is nothing T1 can do about it. Mega Inferno Bomb not stealing it this time because Lucid does have Smite.
Yeah,
for this purple monster.
The amount of DPS on that neutral really making... Oh, Shiwu. It's not flash.
Gonna get Realm Warp done and will get interrupted there by the Steadfast Presence. Still there's a fair bit of health bar to get through, but the Satchel will hold him in place and takes down the Crocodile.
Fourth item.
He's almost their gold lead.
Yeah.
Like, alone. As now Carrier is in a lot of trouble. That trophy is just pesky.
Not sure the angle he was really going for there. Just super overextended. Potentially looking for a flank and just gets instantly exploded. Doran doing pretty good into Shiwu specifically, but he's got friends.
Yeah, he's got a lot of buddies, and the public execution is going to miss. There are so many things on the ground, and the turret just evaporates. Aiming looked at it, and it just exploded. Beryl going to make his way over, and I think that's the base that's going to get broken here on this push. That Rebel Baron power play that I was telling you was quite low is now obscenely large. 4,000 is the note of that one, and that means that they have a 7.5 point now to be picked up from for DK as well.
Aiming level 16, going to be able to recall and pick up Infinity Faker and Guma to get the damage off onto those members. Like, there's a lot of make treads across the board. Yeah. Dplus. Only person who doesn't have make treads is Showmaker.
And he can't build them. Yeah. It's very unfortunate.
But a lot of them upgraded as well. And the AD damage, you know, Ona's not doing that much AD damage. I mean, he's quite fed, but it's hard to spread it as Nocturne, and Doran is 0-6.
Yeah, he's just eating anchors.
Yeah,
As Paranoia comes down, we've got a Realm Warp to join him in here as they look for Aiming, but he just gets himself out, and Beryl is going to vacate as well as Showmaker flashes for it. Lucid dives in on top, and the Nocturne and Ziggs immediately go down. Kerry gets caught out, and this game, ladies and gentlemen, is over. Faker is the last man standing. Teleports come in as DK, it's their turn for the jump scare. And now they will take down another inhib. They're going to take down some Nexus turrets as well. And DK in a classic DK game 1 are going to be 1-0 in this series.
T1 try and find a way back in. They look for aiming, but this time he holds strong. 0 deaths in this game, 9-0-3, that early Corky pick coming up huge, and Dplus will go 1-0 up in this series.
Oh man.